This is Shelly from Dive Into the Cover Blog, and I want to do a really quick video for you today, and I want to review Origin by Jennifer Armentrout. And this is the fourth book of this series, so if you haven't read the series yet, you may not want to watch this video because the things I talk about are probably going to spoil the other three books for you. So if you haven't read this series, I highly recommend it because it's a really, really good series. Paranormal, young adult. It's bordering on new adult as we get into the third and fourth book, but still classified as young adult. I'm not going to read the synopsis for you. I was going to, but it's kind of long, and I'll post that on my blog up above the video, and I'll also have links to Goodreads and everything where you can find those on there. So this book pretty much starts off right where the last book ended, and this book switches. The first two books I know because I have them here with me are written from Katie's point of view. The third book I'm not positive because a friend is borrowing it, so I don't remember. But this book switches back and forth, first person point of views between Katie and Damon. And if you were not a Damon Black fan before, then you will probably change your mind after you read this book. We see a whole different side of Damon in this book after the events of the third book, where he finally kind of came to terms with how he felt about Katie, and he's not afraid to let anybody know that. His personality has changed quite a bit. He's grown a lot in this book. He's protective, he's sweet, he's loving. He's just an all-around really, really good guy in this book. If you read the last book, you know that at the end of that, when they raided Mount Leather, Katie was captured. So we start this book off, and Katie is in the custody of the Department of Defense, and she's in a facility that's run by an organization that they call Daedalus. And this is the same facility that Dawson and Bethany were held in. And Katie doesn't know who to trust, who to believe. She knows that Damon and those in his family don't know everything that there is to know about Daedalus. So the things that Daedalus are telling her make sense to her, but she knows that they're not telling the complete truth either. So she's in a spot where she doesn't really know. They're showing her things that she thought were impossible, and they're showing her things that Damon and his family also don't know about. So she's kind of at like a crossroads. She doesn't know who to believe. So she's being held in this facility. What they're doing is they're trying to test her to find out just exactly what the changes are in her since she was, transformed or whatever, whenever she became mutated when Damon healed her. So they know that she's tied really, really closely with him, and that there's something about the two of them that is different than the other couples who have bonded like they have. So Damon has decided that he's going to do whatever he needs to do to get her back. He doesn't care if he is captured. He will gladly exchange himself for her. He doesn't know what they're doing to her, but he knows that if it's anything close to what they did to Bethany and Dawson, he doesn't want her to be there. So he's willing to give up his freedom to be with her while she's there, or to see if they'll let her go. So he goes to try to save her, and while he's there, they discover what the title of the book is called, Origin, and they discover what an origin is. And so they introduce a new character who will probably be in at least the next book, if not more than that, because he played a pretty big part. His name's Archer. He is what they call, I can't remember what the title is exactly, but it's like every person that they're holding has someone that helps take care of them, and he's the person who helps. He's with Katie all the time, so he's her handler. So she becomes really close with him, and she knows that he's somebody that she can trust. And once Damon meets him, Damon realizes that there's something different about him, and that he's going to be an ally, somebody that they can trust. I don't really want to spoil anything, so I don't want to go too into detail, but if you read the synopsis of the book, and I'll read just a little part of it, it's basically saying that Damon's going to do whatever he has to do to keep Katie safe. So it's he's going to take out anyone who stands in his way, and he'll burn down the whole world to save her, even if that means exposing his alien race to the world. So there's a whole climax scene towards the end of the book, and they're reunited with their family, with Dawson and Bethany and Dee. And there's a huge, I mean, everybody comes to rescue them. The other two kids, I can't remember what their names are, but they're helping too. And there's a huge battle scene, and in order to distract the DOD, they decide that they're going to show the world who they really are. Well, that kind of causes some repercussions that they were not expecting, and it's not a good situation. And so that's kind of how the ending of the book is. It leaves you kind of a little bit on a cliffhanger, but it's really, really good. And if you've read the other 3 books, you don't want to pass this one up, because the relationship that has developed between Katie and Damon, they take to a whole new level in this book. So if you read the 3rd book, then you know where they're at this point in their relationship, and they take it even a step farther. So they're at the point where they both know that they want to be with each other for the rest of their lives, however long that may be. So that's kind of where we're left at the end of this book. There's also another little surprise that's kind of a happy surprise, kind of a opening for a new part of the story. I originally thought when I got this book that it was probably the last one in the series. It's not, and I don't know how many she plans to write, but there's beyond the next book, she could even do a spin-off series of this. So, and I did also read on her blog last week that this series has been optioned for a TV series. So that will be kind of exciting to see where that goes. If you like supernatural, paranormal, anything with a little bit of a twist to it, then I highly, highly suggest picking this series up. She's a really, really good writer, and everything that I've read of hers, I've really, really enjoyed. Her young adult stuff is just really fantastic. So if you're looking for a good read, 4 books in, and these books tend to come out every 5 or 6 months. So it's not a long, long wait like some series where you have to wait a year for the next book to come out. This one's got a pretty good stack going, and you don't really have to wait a really long time for the next books to come out. So if you're looking for something good, pick these up. They're fantastic. And I'll put a link in the blog where you can go look these up on Goodreads or whatever. So, okay, thanks for watching.